Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. Tonight's topic, I'm going to talk about the symptoms of compulsive gambling. Now, a gambling addiction is also known as compulsive gambling, and it may be a type of impulse control disorder. Now, compulsive gamblers keep gambling whether they're up, down, broke, or flush, happy or depressed, even when they know that the odds are against them, even though they know that they can't afford to lose. People with a gambling addiction can't stay off of a bet. Problem and pathological gambling may affect anywhere from 2 to 4% of the population. Now, persistent and recurrent maladaptive gambling behavior, as indicated by 5 or more of the following, starting with preoccupation. A person is preoccupied with gambling and has frequent thoughts about gambling experiences, handicapping, or planning the next venture, or thinking of ways to get money with which to gamble. Then there's tolerance. Similar to drug tolerance, the person needs to gamble with increasing amounts of money in order to achieve the desired excitement or rush. The loss of control. That's when a person has made repeated but unsuccessful efforts to control, cut back, or even stop gambling. Withdrawal. That's when a person is restless or irritable when attempting to cut down or even stop gambling. Escape. This is when a person uses gambling as a way of escaping from problems or of relieving a dysphoric mood. An example of a dysphoric mood, I'm talking about the feelings of guilt, anxiety, depression, and helplessness. Now, depression and anxiety are also mental and psychological disorders. But when one loses money, what do? They begin to chase the money that they lost. Why? So they can break even. So after losing money gambling, the person often returns another day to get even. Again, they have to get even because they took a loss that previous day. And what gambling results when it comes to family members and loved ones, there are a lot of lies. So individuals basically lie to family members, therapists, or others to conceal the extent of involvement with gambling. Again, individuals who have an addiction tend to make up lies to their loved ones, like their family members, their therapists, or others, just so they can conceal the extent of involvement with gambling. Now, there's also illegal activity, and this is when a person has committed illegal acts such as forgery, fraud, theft, or embezzlement so they can finance their gambling habits. And when it comes to relationships, individuals who have a gambling addiction basically risk their relationships. So the person has jeopardized or lost a significant relationship, job, or educational and or career opportunity because of gambling. Now, when it comes to bailout, this person relies on others, such as friends or family, to provide money to relieve a desperate financial situation that's caused by gambling. Now, gambling behavior is not better accounted for by a manic episode. Now, there is normal gambling versus pathological or compulsive gambling. Gambling is basically defined as any betting or wagering for self or others, whether for money or not, no matter how slight or insignificant. Now, where the outcome is uncertain or depends upon chance or skill, gambling is classified into 4 types: social, professional, problem, and pathological. Now, when one talks about social gambling, it typically occurs with friends or co-workers. The gambling lasts for a period of time and the losses are predetermined and reasonable. In professional gambling, the risks are limited and discipline is exercised. Now, problem gambling is marked by preoccupation, narrowing of interest, continued behavior despite adverse consequences, failed attempts to cut down on gambling. Then there are pathological gamblers. Basically, they have distortions of thinking such as denial, superstitions, overconfidence, or a sense of power and control. belief that money is the cause of and the solution to all of their problems. They tend to be highly competitive, energetic, restless, and easily bored. Also, they tend to be generous to the point of mania or extravagance. Often, pathological gamblers are workaholics or binge workers who wait until the last minute before working hard. Now, again, I live in an area called Portage, Indiana, right along the I 94, the I 90 Indiana Toll Road corridor, and even in the Chicago area, there are a lot of casinos from the Horseshoe Casino to Four Winds in New Buffalo, Michigan. Well, there are a number of people around this time of year who go gambling, and there are casinos that are popping up all over the United States. And the reason why they're popping up is so the states can get revenue. But when individuals go to gamble, they will lose a lot of money. And it is a thrill. Now, I have gone to play slots, and I've won $50 or $100 playing the penny slots or the quarter slots. But what you have to do when you go gambling, you have to know when to stop. And of course, gambling can be excitement and thrilling, but it's just like drinking alcohol. If you have to do it, you're addicted. Now, the problem with even gamblers, just like alcoholics or individuals who have substance abuse, they just don't want to admit that they have a problem. But if you know you have a problem, gambling, you should seek help, because in the end, whether you're rich or poor, you're going to end up on the wrong end of the stick, and it could cost you relationships, it could cost you your life, your career, it could cost everything you have, because what you are trying to do, and this goes for all you Powerballers out there, and I'm going to tell you something about the Powerball. 1 in 53 million. I'm going to say that again. 1 in 53 million. That is the odds of anyone winning the Powerball. Now, of course, gambling comes in many forms. Let me say that again. Gambling comes in many forms. During a football season, there are people who bet on football, point spreads, horse racing, like the Belmont Stakes, the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness. There's also, of course, blackjack, dice. There's many forms of gambling. And again, you have to be able to control your impulses. And when you're playing slots or doing any type of gambling activity, you have to understand that your odds of winning are very low. Now, I can tell you, when I go into some of the poorer neighborhoods, individuals with no money find a way to buy lottery tickets. And I've also seen them line up for the big Powerball. Well, if you're poor, how do you believe in your mind that you're going to get rich when the chances of you hitting 5 numbers in a row are slim to none? And of course, individuals repeatedly go to the liquor stores or wherever they go to purchase lottery tickets. In my opinion, when it comes to gambling, when they had a law that casinos could be put in states for revenue, that created more and more people who have gambling addictions. So my point of view, if you know you have a gambling addiction, seek help as soon as possible. Because gambling has taken the lives of many people. And you have some ignorant individuals out there who think gambling is done by poor people. I can tell you right now, when you go to Blue Chip Casino in Michigan City, Indiana, Four Winds in New Buffalo, Michigan, the Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana. There are millions of tourists. Gambling is a billion-dollar business a year. And I believe gambling is a Ponzi scheme. Now, some may get lucky, but for the most part, you don't. The odds are against you. So if you have no money, you can gamble, but gamble lightly. When you win enough money, go enjoy that money somewhere else. Don't keep feeding your money to the casinos because you're only going to make them richer and yourself poorer. And when you constantly gamble and you're looking for big money, it puts you in a state of delusion. Because people who are compulsive gamblers, folks, this is not a joke. This is real. I've known a few buddies of mine who have had their lives turned upside down because of gambling, and they refuse to get help. I mean, I've seen people when I was in the United States Navy take $800 to $900, go blow it on some blackjack, and end up with no money. That's what gambling can do. So my big advice, talk to Gamblers Anonymous. They have many billboards posted on the side of the road. And I wanted to share this information with you because it's nothing wrong with going to a casino, having fun. I've gone to casinos myself. However, I did not allow myself to get caught up in trying to win big money. Why? Because I knew what the odds were going to be. They weren't going to be in my favor. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to break even. I'm going to take a loss. In today's society, low wages, money is tight. So when you have money, don't feed your money to the casinos with an addiction. Have fun, but save your money for a rainy day. Because at the end of the day, those bills you have to pay, they still have to be paid. And if you don't have the money, your creditors don't want to hear any excuses. And your stomach is going to continue to talk to you when it's hungry and you can't afford to put food in your house or clothes on your back. But when it comes to gambling, it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. Gambling does not discriminate. But what gambling does is create downfalls in life. And once you hit rock bottom, it can be very tough to get up. Because when you have an addiction, there's going to be withdrawal. Because you've programmed yourself with the need to gamble. But if you seek the proper help from a counselor, a psychotherapist, and Gamblers Anonymous, they can put you on a program to recovery. And once you recover, you will be able to get your life back, but in a more disciplined form. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show for this evening, Saturday, July 1st, 2017. You can tune into the 411 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Guest calling number is 215-383-5785. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. Now, on this channel, I do not engage in debates, controversy, or emotional issues, nor do I participate in drama or unnecessary bickering. Why? Because it is counterproductive. On this channel, what I do is give you the information that is researched, and I also lend you my own personal experiences because Education is a tool that you need to use in the real world, because if you don't understand the system, you're going to struggle. So, what I have on this channel is information that is realistic and positive. Because one thing nobody can take away from you is knowledge, because knowledge is power. And if you have a business, a new YouTube channel, and a topic that you would like for me to discuss on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section under the video. But make sure that your comments are pithy, no bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering if you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other, and have a wonderful and blessed night.